Hey sunshine! I was so excited to make this video. As you just saw, I got a brand new bullet journal to move into for the second half of 2020. So today I'll be showing you the spreads I migrated over, updated, and created for my new setup. Of course, first I gotta write my name in the front of the book. The notebook I chose this time is the A5 Moon Phases Dot Grid notebook from Archer & Olive. It's actually the one I wanted at the beginning of the year, but they were sold out, which is how I ended up with the plain black one. I'm so happy to have those silver gilded edges, it's so gorgeous. The first spread I'll set up will be for my key and cover page. For this main setup, I kept all the decor really simple as I have to look at it for the next couple months and I don't want to get sick of it. So the main theme throughout is kind of a silver moon and black lines design to complement the design of the notebook itself. For the cover page, I decided to draw a little pothos plant to pay homage to the main star of these videos, my little green pothos plant peeking in at the side there. I'd love to name them, so let me know in the comments if you have a suggestion for my little pothos plant's name. I want to take a second to recognize my newest patrons, Ninke and Skylar. Welcome to the team. I'm super grateful for your support and I hope you love the bonus content and printables. If you want to see your name in the credits of every video, come join the team over on Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description below. The second spread I'll set up is the future log, which is a direct migration from my last notebook. I've just started this one at September since August will be the first setup in this notebook. I don't need it in the future log. Then I just carried through to February to fill out the spread. I may not need to plan that far ahead, but it doesn't hurt to have it there just in case. I love separating my future log into 3 sections beneath each month, one for birthdays, one for holidays, and the bottom for appointments and events. Also, can I just mention how perfectly February fits into 4 weeks? That's going to be a very satisfying setup when we get there. The next page is also a direct migration from my last setup. It will house the remaining months of my Samhain tarot reading from 2019. So here I'll write only August, September, and October, as well as the clarifying card for the year, because then when Halloween rolls around, I'll be doing another Samhain reading for the following year. The triangles next to each card are to indicate if the card was reversed or not. The space underneath is where I'll write down the general message or notes about the card that I drew. On the next page, I thought it would be cute to put a moon phase tracker. I started it at August and carried it through to March. The next spread is going to be for my goals for the rest of the year. This is a simpler layout to what I created at the beginning of the year. I narrowed down my goals to 3 main areas of focus: dark sunlight, physical health, and financial goals. The trackers on the right side of the page will be progress bars for each of these categories. Once I've accomplished something towards that goal, I'll write it down in the list underneath and fill in a box on the tracker bar. I got this idea from Journal Away, who I can link below. I thought it was a great way to have a visual representation of your progress while still remaining flexible in exactly what steps you take towards it. Because often I feel that goals are moving targets and you need to constantly adjust and be flexible about how you'll meet them. The next spread is very specific to me, but you could create something like this for inspiration for your own passion project or business idea. On the left side is where I'll track the amount of subscribers and followers I have on various platforms so that I can see the growth trend throughout the year. On the right side of the page is a blank space to write in any inspiration or ideas I have for my brand. The next spread is another one that I'm migrating over from my setup in January because I found it very useful. The left side is a chart to track an overview of all sorts of health things like doctor's appointments, when I'm sick, or have PMS symptoms. On the right side is a place to write down any awesome foods that my partner and I like, either homemade, recipes from the internet, or takeout food. So we can refer to this on the nights when we're both asking, I don't know, what do you want for dinner? I'm ashamed to admit how often I have to come back to this spread. The next spread is a place to track our household finances. I've created a chart to track our income, expenses, and the difference. On the right side of the page is where I decided to put my wish list because I thought it might be motivating to keep up with my financial tracking if I can always see what I'm aiming for. The last spread I'll set up is the grid guide, which I've put into every bullet journal since I discovered it. I flip back to it very often so I don't need to count how many boxes I need if I want to split my page into quarters or thirds or whatever. On the left page, I wanted to add a quote, and originally I wanted to pick a more inspiring quote for this page, something to set the tone for the rest of the year, but then I remembered one of my favorite Matchbox 20 songs, Mad Season, and this line in particular, and I just kind of felt it in my bones. When COVID first hit and 2020 kind of got canceled, I was very aware of my privilege, how I was already working from home, my partner could easily transition to working from home, and how we have a nice comfortable apartment. Not being able to go out to the bars seemed like a small sacrifice, so I felt like I wasn't allowed to be upset about it. That being said, I just got really sad recently because I miss hugging my friends, and I live far from my family, so I can't really travel to visit them right now, and I've missed one of my dad's milestone birthdays and just stuff like that. So, in case, like me, you needed the reminder, your feelings are valid. You're allowed to be upset about the things you've missed out on this year. Might as well ride that wave, lean into it, and then come out the other side and get back to looking at that silver lining. See what I did there? Silver lining. Oy. Come for the bullet journal, but you stay for the dad jokes. I know it. I see you. And on that cringy note, I've finished my new bullet journal setup. As always, the full printable version of this setup will be available to my patrons over on Patreon, as well as some cute desktop and phone backgrounds. Also, this was my first time posting a video as a premiere, so let me know what you think and if I should maybe do this for videos in the future. And as always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Until next time.